So was it awkward when I represented my childhood bully? What you got for me today?
I got 50 questions for you.
You got 50 questions for me?
Yep.
Hit me. Okay, so what did I do in the beginning of my day? I got up around 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning. I went downstairs ever so slowly because I don't want to disturb my beautiful wife who's pregnant. We're expecting, so you know what I'm saying? So go downstairs, have a big glass of water, make a pre-workout, put it next to my Peloton, and hit the Peloton between 30 and 45 minutes every single morning. And I'm like on a streak. It's like my 63rd day, maybe 64th day today. So I get the class done with my all-time favorite instructor, Alex Toussaint, Team Toussaint, you know what it is. And then if my kids are up, I pray with my kids. If they're not up, I pray, then take a shower, get dressed. If my kids then, get up, then I tell them to pray, be like, yo, that's pretty much my morning. And then I go downstairs in my home office and get ready for work. That's pretty much my morning routine every single day. Health is wealth, trying to motivate people. Oh yeah, I do share it on Instagram. If you follow me on YouTube, Awad Law Firm, I got my morning motivation. We're on episode like 26 right now. Hit me up. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I would very much love if you would consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. That would be amazing. Thank you. So I was born overseas in Ajman. Ajman is an emirate within the United Arab Emirates. You know how we have, we have United States of America and we have 50 states? So United Arab Emirates doesn't have states, they have emirates. There are 7 emirates within the United Arab Emirates. I was born in one of those emirates named Ajman. That's where I was born. I do. I do miss Palestine. I wish I could go back. My parents have gone back. My brother and his wife have gone back. And they just tell me like incredible stories of Palestine. I would very much like to go back and see where my grandparents lived, see where my ancestors lived, my family members, and 110%. So the plans that I have, like the soonest I plan to travel is gonna be this December, So I have a little something kind of planned for this December. It will be my wife and my 10th anniversary. So I'm excited, but you never know. If we're still like in the same situation with COVID as we are now, then that's probably gonna be canceled. But if God willing, we are in a better place, I got a little bit of a surprise for my wife. Can't share it obviously because, bro, she knows everything. She knows everything. So that's not something I'm gonna share right now. But am I currently reading any books? Yes. Right now I'm in the middle of a book called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, a former FBI negotiator, and he teaches techniques and tips in his book on how to better your negotiation skills. He talks about negotiation being a skill, just like any other skill that you can actually sharpen, you can actually learn to improve. So definitely recommend that book. I don't really have a favorite book. I've enjoyed so many books. I really like Never Split the Difference that I'm reading right now. Uh-oh, Fernanda. Man, she's going in. So how is my book coming along? So for those who don't know, I am writing a book. It's about so many things. I haven't really even picked out a title. I have thoughts, I have stories, I have different situations that I'm a part of, and I just start writing. And I start writing in this book. And that's what they really tell you to do if you're trying to write a book, is just write, and keep writing. Editing comes later, but do all the writing beforehand. So how all my stories and my thoughts and my epiphanies, my wife loves that word because I wake up every morning and say, baby, I have an epiphany. She's like, let's hear it. So I don't know how all of it is going to intertwine and connect, but you know, God willing, one of my New Year's resolutions is to finish this book. Come on now, let's go. Hearing, definitely. Listening, I would say hearing. Look at these big ears. I mean, I don't got big ears for no reason, y'all. You know, I can hear stuff. Martial arts, you already know. What I play, you don't play martial arts. Well, I mean, if it's capoeira, you know, you play capoeira. But when they say fight, it's a fight. And by the way, capoeira is a badass sport. I did it for 6 months with one of my best friends in college. Wow, capoeira. If you haven't heard of capoeira, you know, it's amazing. It requires so much upper body strength. It's unbelievable. But so I do martial arts, taekwondo specifically, and I do point fighting, and I still compete. In fact, next tournament I'm going to be competing in is going to be the North Georgia Open. That's actually going to come up in a few weeks. Oh, my biggest fear. Wow, that's a good one. So my biggest fear is to not be able to provide for my family. You know, that's like, I have an obligation, I have a duty, I have a role, and I need to take care of my family. I need to be a good father. I need to be a good husband. So that's something that always kind of is on my mind. Am I being the best father I can be? Am I being the best spouse I can be? And the biggest fear is not accomplishing my potential. My long life goal? Bro, I don't know. What do you mean long life goal? What is your what if I don't have a long life? You know? I mean, it's really tied to the last question, right? Being a great father and being a great husband. That is, and God willing, should remain my top priority, because money comes and goes, businesses form and crumble, all these things happen, but family stays, okay? Relationships stay. The way that you make a person feel stays, okay? All the other stuff, yeah. Be a good person, do good things, you know, count your blessings, be content with what you have and what God has given you, and just remember that this life is temporary. What we're aiming for is to return to our home, which is heaven. So, very, very good question. I have more than one hero. My father is one of my heroes. My sheikh, my spiritual advisor, is my hero. Ben Kiker, my martial arts instructor, is my hero. These are all individuals that I know personally. But if we're talking about a person that I don't know personally, then, you know, Malcolm X is one of my heroes. And then if we go like to even an elite, which would be, you know, someone who I believe as a Muslim is the best of God's creation, which is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who is the ultimate hero. I would probably be motivational speaking, which is another goal of mine. I just love helping others, sharing with them my story of how, you know, I was bullied as a kid and overcame that through martial arts, and that persistence and that discipline that I learned in martial arts helped me become an attorney. I mean, all of these things are so intertwined. I mean, I don't know if I want to share this, but I guess I will. The person that actually bullied me as a kid, the person that caused all this trauma and pain, the person that did all these things to me and caused me to get into martial arts and like compelled my father to find an avenue for us to be able to protect ourselves. That same person got in a car wreck, ended up hiring me, and I represented him, and we were able to win his case. Can you imagine the house of cards that God assembles and puts in your life? If one card is out of place, that house of cards crumbles. But when, you know, there's a verse in the Quran that says, which means if you believe in God, God will make for you a way. All you have to do is have belief. That's it. Have belief in yourself. Have belief that you are going to become the best version of yourself if you only believe. So, I don't know what the question was, but I felt compelled to say that. Oh, so was it awkward when I represented my childhood bully? So, it's interesting. He called me up and he said, hey, this is such and such. This is what happened. When he said the name, I just didn't connect the dots. I didn't put two and two together. I was like, yes, sir, no problem. I can help you with this case. Wow, that was crazy, blah, 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 blah. And then he sent me the pictures. And he sent me the pictures of the injuries and the pictures of his face. And I was like, oh my God, But subhanallah, in a very odd and interesting way, a feeling of calm came over me. And all the animosity, all the anger, all the frustration was totally gone. And it was like, I guess I interpreted it as an I'm sorry. I interpreted it as an apology. I never asked him, do you remember? I never, was like, why me? I was just like, okay, you called me because evidently something in you compelled you to call me. I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm here, I'm entrusted with a task, and I'm gonna do that task. And that's what I did. Proudest accomplishment. The interesting thing is, I had a trial, and it was in magistrate court, small claims court. The maximum you can get in magistrate court is $15,000. That's the maximum you can get. So I tried this case. It was a very, very small case, and the gentleman that I was representing was he's Somali, right? From Somalia, and doesn't speak very good English, but I still fought for him, and I fought hard. And we won the case. The judge gave us like $9,000 something, and I sat down, and he turns to me and said, "You speak good." That was one of my proudest accomplishments, because I felt the hopelessness in this guy. I felt like, I can't believe there's a person that's gonna fight for me. And then when we won, he said, "You speak good." And I was like, thank you. I really appreciate that. I know it's weird. It's not like a multi-million-dollar verdict. It's not like a crazy thing. Those words from that Somali man meant the world to me, and they still do. Intense, probably. Doesn't let the grass grow under his feet. Like always moving, Just, on and off switch, like no dimmer. There's I guess let me tell you what one of my best friends said about me. He said, "You are the most well-mannered loose cannon I have ever met." So I'm like, thank you. My wife. Definitely my wife knows me the best. Can I name a few of my pet peeves? Yes. Spelling errors. If you misspell a word, even if it's through text message, you shall not be forgiven. You can't be spelling words. Grammar mistakes. A comma where there's not supposed to be a comma, and no commas when there's supposed to. See, I'm an English major. I guess all these pet peeves stem from that. But yeah. Not to say that I write perfectly or I even speak perfectly, but it's a pet peeve of mine. In 5 years, God willing, I see that God willing, by the grace of God, I will have built a martial arts studio, and we will be hopefully gifting children with this skill of confidence, instilling within them that they can do whatever the hell they want to do, and just continue to give it as it was given to me. So a martial arts studio, God willing, sooner than 5 years. The longest I've gone without sleep, maybe 40 hours, something like that. Preparation for, a hearing or trial or something or being in trial, just not sleeping, just, being so wired that I couldn't sleep. Just a couple of days ago, I was awake for about 30 to 36 hours, something like that. But the longest I think I've made it was 40. And it wasn't because I was trying to see how long, it was just I needed to do it. You know, I needed to make sure everything was on point. And for some reason, I guess I strive off of stress. Like I like to hyper focus, and so I put myself in an environment when there's like no chance of quitting. So yeah. Who would I want to play me in a movie? I would not mind if Will Smith played me in a movie, because I just like his persona. You know what I'm saying? I just like his, you know, he's got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's weird, but it is what it is. My favorite family recipe is my wife's keto cheesecake. By far the best cheesecake I have ever had. No sugar. It's just freaking amazing. And my wife is gonna see this, and I know she's gonna have a big smile on her face, but it is the best cheesecake I have ever eaten. Oh my God, I am right now mentally salivating over the idea of having a keto cheesecake, guys. It's crazy. Oh, it's very interesting. My favorite childhood memory is horse playing with my dad, like jumping on his back and him like playing with us as kids. Like so you know, my dad had 6 children. 4 boys came first. And so I just have this memory of us playing all on the ground, jumping on my dad, you know, just him tickling us. And just him doing things that are just what a father would do with his children, you know, just have fun with them. My favorite subject in school for most of my, you know, like pre-high school, even in high school, was math, algebra, pre-algebra, pre-calculus, calculus. But right around 11th grade, 12th grade, it changed. It started to become English, you know? So it was math, and then I'm like, hold up, like I really enjoy reading. I really enjoy writing. And so that was English, 11th and 12th grade, and then obviously I majored in English, and then it kind of transformed into pre-law, and then I went to law school.